It's happening. We are recording. I officially chose to do this. We're here. So welcome to my channel, the B Horror Corner. Essentially here we will be discussing a ton of B horror movies, cult movies, anything low budget, creepy, and gory. And it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a fun time. Honestly, I'm just here because I love all this, so hopefully I can get you guys interested in supporting low budget movies and having a good time. And you know, recently one of my friends told me that she thinks it would be really fun and really great to see me make videos talking about all the B horror movies that I'm in love with and all the ones that I've been marathoning leading up to Halloween. So here we are. First, we're just gonna go ahead and dive on in and discuss what a B horror movie even actually is. B movies back in the day were essentially going to be the second movie in a double feature that had a much lower budget and wasn't actually gonna be as commercially big as the first movie was. So the first movie would actually attract the major audiences, and then kind of like what they would watch afterwards, whether they stayed or not, would be the B movie. These are incredibly low budget. Often they're put together just with whatever craft work that the team can think of with the low budget that they do have. So what separates these from art house movies is that art house movies are normally supposed to be taken very seriously and provide a ton of thought and be incredibly experimental and just be this like beautiful, intriguing new thing. Whereas B movies, what kind of emerged were a blend of horror and comedy, and often like really bad practical effects, but those also end up being amazing because of just how ridiculous they are. A lot of these that you're gonna be thinking about are just gonna be every generic title that has like the attack of blank and blah, 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 blah. Those are going to be basically where the formula for all of them began. Often a lot of these B movies actually end up becoming cult movies, which essentially just means they didn't really make a lot of money in the box office at all. Often they didn't even end up making any sort of profit because they didn't even make the budget back. But they gained such a huge cult following of dedicated fans that are absolutely just obsessed with the series. AKA what you're thinking right now is, yes, Karina, you are one of those, and I know I am. I have a big problem with a lot of cult movies and become obsessed very easily. So a lot of the cult movies and B horror movies just kind of go hand in hand. So an example of some of the movies that we're going to be taking a look at and just the genre and the type so you can understand what we're really going for here are Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, Rocky Horror Picture Show, maybe Shock Treatment. I don't know if we're gonna get into that. And also The Room, Tommy Wiseau. Absolutely amazing movie. Everybody knows about it, especially because of Disaster Artist. So those style movies, and then ones that you've definitely not heard of, because those are obviously incredibly famous. Basically with this channel, we're gonna take a look into some of the best B movies of all time, and I wouldn't say some of the worst B movies of all time, because worst doesn't really mean anything. There's nothing about that in film. Nothing is bad, nothing is good. It's everyone's opinion on what it is. Because a lot of people will look at B movies and think they are trash, they're bad, and just not understand anything about them because they're not the type of movie that would be at the Academy Awards. But they are transcendental. I stuttered, couldn't think of the word. It's fine. Basically what I'm trying to say is they transform film. Whether people like to agree with that or not, they have their own genre. And I would argue one of the most dedicated fan groups of all time in different genres of film would be the horror genre specifically. So basically with this channel, what we're gonna do is I'm going to make quick little summaries, little videos over all of the B horror movies and cult movies that I've seen, ones that I absolutely adore and want everyone to watch, and just kind of give everybody a feel for them, and I guess help show people a whole genre that a lot of people don't really know about or don't pay a lot of attention to. And you know, it's spooky season, it's officially begun, so this will be a great way for a lot of people to get a whole list of new movies to watch in time for Halloween. So here we go.